This is the TIP Network, where we help you level up through self-improvement with just a little sprinkle of sarcasm.
You know, it's a sprinkle of sarcasm when the whole cap just pops off and you got the full
this
sarcasm.
This may be the Morton salt of sarcasm here. Maybe the Morton salt of sarcasm.
So what's going on today, Grover?
So we have another case of just too much damn information.
Mm-hmm.
Or
TMI?
TMI, or as we call, none of your damn business. Or we wanted you to mind your business, but we gonna put it out there anyway.
And try to make money off of it.
Try to make money.
But it seems like it's backfiring now too.
Well, the thing is this: like, you have so many people trying to monetize things, and what are we talking about? We're talking about the DJ Envy and his wife, Gia.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's her name, Gia.
I believe it's Gia.
Okay.
And the infamous non-orgasm for the first 10 years of their relationship.
But Grover, wasn't she like 16 when they met, and then they were married for over 10 years?
No,
so
they're married for
she didn't know her
years.
own body, and he really didn't know his way around a woman's body.
Like?
I don't know. What does it sound like?
A bunch of we don't need to know. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like stuff we don't need to know. It's like, why do you know that? Like, why do you know that backstory?
I barely
about
know
her body. Why do you know about her body? You just found out how this woman looks, and all of a sudden she didn't know her body. And when she found out about her body, what the hell are we doing here? What are we doing?
But the worst part is that she faked it all. Anyway, let's just watch the clip right now.
Hold on a second. I just want to say this. For hundreds of thousands of years, women faked orgasms and men had happy homes. Let's roll a clip.
All right, let's go into this.
Many women, I'm sure so many women can relate, but you don't know how to achieve an orgasm.
Yeah.
A lot of women have no idea what it feels like to have an orgasm through sexual intercourse. You know, they know how to do it themselves, or they know how to do it through oral sex, but through sexual intercourse, a lot of women just don't know. Now, if you don't know, how do you expect your man to know?
Mm-hmm.
I especially didn't know. So we would be intimate and he would be putting his best foot forward. Like, he is in the business of satisfying, just all around.
All right.
Just no.
So what do you got to say about this?
All right, so I actually not have a problem with her talking about the issue that women don't know their bodies at first, and like she was very young or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it had to pivot. She couldn't just leave it as, okay, it was an issue of me. I didn't know what to tell him. She had to pivot to this. Mm-hmm. He's a people pleaser. Mm-hmm. He is in a business of pleasing people, and it's like, never has there been any,
but he's a DJ.
Yeah, but never has there been any type of statement said by a woman that says that I don't respect you more than he's a people pleaser. Like, that's not what you think of. Like, I've never had any woman in mind who said, "Hi, this is Grover. He's a people pleaser." Uh-huh. That doesn't even sound.
But you know, there's the P power, right? Isn't people pleaser something equivalent to the P power? Or no?
You just making shit up.
I'm just making stuff.
You're just making stuff up. Let's roll a clip, man. Before you make up something else.
Satisfying, just all around.
All right.
Just no. I'm talking about your mentality overall.
Just like, all around.
Just in life. Like, he lives to make me happy. And he puts his best foot forward in that realm.
Now, you're going to notice that no place in this clip does she say she lives to make him happy. Mm. She didn't say he lives to make me happy or we live to make each other happy. Mm. She obviously, this is a situation where this woman is pedestalized. And it's okay.
But she's a queen. I mean, that's his wife, right?
Hold on a second. It's okay to treat your woman like a queen. Mm-hmm. But I would expect that if my woman is going to talk about how I treat her like a queen, that she would say, and I treat him like a king, or anything like that. But just the way that this comes off, there is zero exchange of value, and it's just going one way from him to her.
Wait. What do you mean by that?
I mean that he's like, I mean, look. I mean, basically, she's putting it out there like, man, this man ain't crap. He couldn't even get me off for the first 10 years.
But he tried his best.
But he tried his best. He gave it to old Cox.
He worked it with his.
Know what he got? He got a 5th place trophy.
He got
a 5th place trophy.
Okay, let's just keep rolling the clip.
So I would see him trying and really going to work. And I'm sure so many women can relate. Like, you want to reward that man for that work, and the only reward that you have to offer.
Can we just look at his face right now?
It'd be mad as hell. It'd be mad as hell.
Oh my!
Envy does not look like he was rewarded for any work. He looks like he was not rewarded for work. You know what she said? You know what she basically said when I said 5th place trophy? Just listen to her words. This is what she said. He was working hard, and I felt bad because, even the slowest kids in school, they got the trophy too.
Oh God!
So I rewarded him.
Horrible.
I rewarded him with noises, and I let him think for 10 years that he was blowing my back out. And I thought he was King Ding-a-ling when he was Queen Swing-a-wing.
This man looks totally, utterly defeated right now. Like you can imagine what the thoughts that's rolling through his mind. He's like, "Damn, this is really beyond the shade room on full blast for the whole internet to look." He was processing his life choices at that moment.
You know what's happening with Envy right here?
No.
You know what's happening with Envy right here?
What?
This poor man is about to hit the red table talk. He's red table talk territory. Look at his face. He looks like, I don't want to be here. Oh, hold on. Put his face up. Put his face up so everyone can see.
Oh, let me see.
Put his face up. Put his face up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. Just make it the whole thing. Make it the whole thing. But look at it. I don't want to be here. I'm light-skinned and angry.
But you see that he's got his shoulders up.
Shoulders hella high.
His shoulders high.
I fool look like
he's like, oh God.
His shoulders so
he's
high.
turtling up. That's what he's doing.
Look
He's
at his
turtling.
shoulders so high. He looked like he looked like he didn't hear what you said. What'd you say? Huh?
The way
What'd
he's
you say?
turtling is he thinks some guy's about to pull a chokehold on him right here.
Dude, the way he's turtling,
like,
he thinks some guy's about to come up and choke his woman for him.
Okay.
Anyway, look, man, respect to Envy. I mean,
do we still have more of this clip first?
Do we need to see any more?
Let's go a little bit further.
Let's just say maybe she'll talk about his inadequate penis size. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Offer is an orgasm, but even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative.
But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative.
So yes, I was faking it.
I was faking it.
But once you start,
sister,
how do you
bad
stop?
about him.
How do you
Talk
climb
bad
back
about
out
him.
of that
Yes.
rabbit hole? You can't really have a conversation about it now. So I actually did it to myself. But what's more,
Grover, she said she was performative. That means she totally faked it. God, I mean, there's nothing. Why does she need to go to the extent? Why does she need to go to the extent of faking it for him? Is his ego so fragile that he cannot take it if she basically just told him for the 10 years, like, hey, I couldn't get an orgasm, but
Well, I mean,
do you think at one point where he probably asked her, looked at her dead in the eyes, and was like, "Did you orgasm?" And she was just like,
"Actually, I'm going about this the wrong way."
Okay,
shout out to Gia.
All right,
it takes a hell of a woman to lie for 10 years, dude.
Yeah, come on the screen a little bit more.
She lied for 10 years straight.
10
years.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years without getting any satisfaction. No satisfaction at all. I mean, I'm sure she got some. But...
I don't know. Look, man.
Yeah.
They got a beautiful family. They got 5 kids. This is a clear case of just too much information.
Yeah.
Because I want to just bounce it back to this, and I want to think about this. First of all, DJ Envy is totally emasculated. He is totally emasculated. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if he's cool with it, if he's acting like he's cool with it. Remember when Will Smith was acting like he was cool with all the stuff, and all of a sudden, 5 years later, he's up there slapping the hell out of Chris Rock on stage.
Heard around the world. Oscars 2022.
And by the way, Bright 2 pulled by Netflix today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pulled by
Actually,
Netflix.
I really wanted to see that one too.
I wanted to see it too, and it was like a Will Smith driven movie, so. And so here's the deal. Like, no matter what this man wants to believe, he's not going to feel good about this. He's not going to feel good about it. And this is a situation where he is failing.
This is karma.
He is failing. DJ Envy is failing to protect his family. Because to protect his family, he should not be on here talking about that. They should not, even if they were going to have an interview, he's the star of it. He should not be going tell all. He should not be letting his wife tell so much about this. She could say, like, hey, we had difficulties at that time, but now we got past it, this and that. But no, performative. Performative. Look at the word.
That's a great word.
He's a people pleaser.
Let's go back.
He's just giving it all his all. You know, he got a 5th place trophy.
But it makes you really think about the bedroom talk where he's like, probably this whole scenario plays in my mind. He looked at her and he said, "Baby, did you go?" And she had to look at him dead in the eye, and she can see the anticipation of him going like, "Oh yeah, I did. I made her feel good about herself. I'm the man. I gave it to her." And then all she could see was like, "I'm not going to wreck this man's world. I'm going to lie to his face."
Yeah, and then she decided to wreck his world in front of everybody on the shade room. That's what they do. What are we doing here?
On the shade room out of all places.
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
So look, here's this. I don't need to have a big diatribe about it. Here's what I need to tell people. Okay. Folks, protect your family by not putting your business out there. I mean, trust me, this is not the first time this has happened, but normal people work through it with each other, and they don't feel the urge to tell everybody. They don't feel the urge to tell all book. Now look, I mean, Envy's got to the bag already. This is what I don't understand. He's got to the bag. He's a multi-millionaire over and over again. And I don't count people's pockets, but I'm just saying, like, he's done a lot of great things. He's had people on talking about his real estate investments and how he's worked his way up and how so I don't understand why, unless they just wanted to do this. But it's one of those things that it's not going to be beneficial to the family in the future. And this is what I mean. At one point, his kids are going to have to sit there and listen to another kid teach them about, well, at least my dad can get my mama off. And he's going to go through all of these problems, and kids are evil. So, and it's just emasculating. So I think that I don't have any more words. You have any last words?
No, are we going to look at Kevin Samuels now?
I think we just need to let the Godfather take us out and just really talk about just the toxicity that the modern man is facing.
All right. So shout out to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Pretty toxic.
That's toxic.
I didn't know that. Don't just envy toxic emasculation. We had the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock emasculated entanglement mess going on, and you would have thought that would have been where it ends. But it seems to be every week or so, we are starting to see more and more men being emasculated by their wives, in public.
So what the Godfather is saying in this case is that it seems like every few weeks something keeps happening, and it's not just Will Smith. Maybe it's Dwayne Wade. Now we have DJ Envy, and there seems to be an epidemic of men having their masculinity or being emasculated in public by their wives, by the person who there's
public figures too.
They're supposed to protect each other.
Yes,
and so I mean, honestly, the bottom line is that not everything needs to be public, and you need to if I was talking to my woman, I was like, hey, let's write a tell-all book about our sex life. She'd look at me and say, have you lost all of your mind? And so,
but this is time for, you said Gia, because Gia, it's time for Gia's time to shine. And DJ Envy is being a good husband by helping her write a book about their sex life so she can make money off it, and also to increase her social influence. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm trying to.
What the hell?
Did everything I just said was just completely just like nutso?
Boy. Everything you said was bovine fecal matter. You know what that means?
He's a good husband.
Yeah, it's a good place trophy.
And she was a good wife by lying all those 10 years for a full decade.
I'm done with this episode. I'm done. Listen to that. Listen, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. We're ending it.
We're
done.
We're done.
Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification bells. I want to give a shout out to our 2 members
of the Tip Tube.
The tip, just the tip.
Just the
hell are you talking about?
I call it the Tip Tube.
The tip.
YouTube, but
oh god. DM and Liza Bossy Cakes.
Lisa
Bossy
Cakes Redfield. Yeah,
she's gonna be like, if you don't get my name right. Also,
and before that, if you want to become part of the Polite Savages Nation,
yes,
or on, as I like to call, the THPPtube memberships, then you hit the join button down below, and you can do that, or you can go over to Patreon and level up, and eventually we'll have all kinds of exclusive content on the THPPtube, or technically the memberships, as well as Patreon.
Yes. As soon as we figure out what we're gonna get on, we have
a big game plan.
Really good big game plan. It's just execution, and I mean, one thing I'm going to tell you is you folks are going to get a lot of content before everyone else. And that's one thing that I want to do.
And other exclusive perks.
Yeah, we want to make sure that the folks who rock with us, especially the folks that are rocking with us from day one, are going to get a lot of perks. So we'll be announcing the Patreon levels and the Patreon levels and the Patreon perks in the upcoming next few weeks. And also,
as well as the YouTube memberships. Keep calling it TIPTube, but it's a TIPTube memberships.
Anyway, folks, thanks for rocking with us.
Oh, one last thing. If you want, all we're doing here, the last few videos we've done is on StreamYard. You'll see the logo up here by Grover's face. Click on the link description below. You get $10 in credit if you use our link. Yeah. And you can bring a guest onto your platform as well as bring guests from your chat. And you can do these little motion graphics that you see I have right here with the banners, and I'm going to put up the banner of the StreamYard.
So the best thing about StreamYard is that your guest doesn't have to have a full laptop setup. Your guest just needs any phone, Android or iOS, and they can just go straight to the studio and just go straight from their phone. So a lot of times when we have guests and we want to bring them up, and like they'll say, "Hey, I don't have the computer set up. I don't have proper lighting." It's just like get someplace with natural light. You know, you can sit in your living room with natural light, have the light shine on your face, and talk, and you'll be fine. Yep. So, 100%, it's great. StreamYard's a great tool, and we're going to be doing most, if not 95% of our work on StreamYard from now on.
Yes.
Anyway.
So what's the question of the day?
The question of the day is, has Scott lost his mind?
Have I lost my mind? Yeah, put it down below. I'm sorry, this is the topic. All right, so is that it? So what is the,
So you just ask yourself one burning question.
Do you think it was all for me?
Can you handle that? Putting in your face.
And then just touch me till I get